At this time, we are just in the very middle of the December book distribution marathon, or whatever you call it here. But Srila Prabhupada, he gave so much of his life, his heart, his energy to provide these books for us. Essentially, to awaken that light of transcendental knowledge. And to distribute these books in the proper consciousness. If we're feeling for the sufferings of others, we understand that no matter what physical or emotional relief we could give a person, which we should try to do, the real suffering is due to the ahankar. The real solution is helping to awaken a person's awareness that they're eternally part of Krishna, they're eternal servants of Krishna, they're eternal souls. And that's the greatest service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Para Upakar, Bharata Bhumite Hoila Manusya Janmajar. The greatest welfare activity we can offer to another, and whatever else we do, this should be the primary connection. The Para Upakar is to awaken a person's original dormant God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So when we're distributing these books, we're humble instruments of Srila Prabhupada's words. Here is Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Here is the presence of his divine grace. If a person touches the books, reads the books, there's some benefit. It may awaken a seed within their heart. And for those who actually, if the devotee has really nice character and gives a really nice impression to a person, then a person will be much more inclined toward reading the books, and then associating, and then transforming. Interestingly, and I'm going to end class now because I started late, so therefore I feel justified to end late. And since hardly any of you are leaving, I feel very happy and grateful. But December 13th, 1936, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada. That was the date on top of the letter. Srila Prabhupada was living in Mumbai. In those days, it was Bombay. Srila Prabhupada was doing some business here in Bombay, very close to Radha Gopinath Temple. And he wrote a letter to his Guru Maharaj, who was then in Jagannath Puri, the holy place. He said, so many of your disciples are sannyasis and brahmacharis. They're with you throughout the day. They're helping you to establish this movement, to expand this movement. I'm a grihasta with wife, family, job. How could I best serve you? And the message that Srila Prabhupada got back, dated December 13th, 1936. Just try to push on Lord Chaitanya's movement in the English language all over the world. In this way, it will be good for you and it will be good for all those who help you. And that was exactly the same instruction that Prabhupada got in the first meeting of his Guru Maharaj. And just about 18 days later, after writing this letter, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada departed from this world. It was his first instruction and last instruction to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, I am trying. I'm trying to fulfill the order of Lord Chaitanya, the order of my Guru Maharaj, and now through me, this order is coming to you. So this is a wonderful opportunity for us to unite on a higher level than I, me, and mine. It's us together trying to make Srila Prabhupada's message available to more and more people in this world. And it will be good for us, and it will be good for everyone else. So my humble, sincerest request is, please, everyone, the next couple weeks, be enthusiastic to participate in this wonderful seva of distributing Srila Prabhupada's literatures. And I'm going to end with a very sweet statement of Srila Prabhupada. Are you awake and ready? Sometimes sweetness includes all philosophy. So Srila Prabhupada was giving this lecture in 1968 in Los Angeles, California on Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's disappearance day. And he was telling about the life of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and he was telling about his relationship and the service he's been giving and pleading with us to carry on this mission. And at the end of the class, this one young girl, you could hear her voice. She sounded quite young. She had a question for Prabhupada. She said, you told about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and how he stole mango. Not stole. He didn't even steal, he just ate. Prabhupada said in the lecture that when Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada was between 2 and 3 years old. Listen carefully, between 2 and 3 years old, he saw a mango and ate it in his house. And his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he very mildly rebuked him. He said, this mango has not been offered to Krishna, we should only eat what is offered to Krishna. So this little 2.5-year-old child made a vow, I will never eat a mango again. And when he was 60 years old and older, if someone brought him a mango, he would say no. He would be very humble. He said, I cannot eat it because I am an offender. So that was at the beginning of the talk. At the end of the talk, the girl says, Lord Chaitanya, he told us that he would go to the bank of the Ganges when he was a child, and the girls would have so many fruits and other offerings to offer to Vishnu or Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya would eat them all before they were offered. He would steal them and offer them before them. Even his father would say, why are you eating before the deities are eating? And he would just keep going there and eating them. So she was asking, how is it Lord Chaitanya was eating so much prasad knowing that they weren't offered to Krishna, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati considered himself an offender? It's a good question. Srila Prabhupada's answer. He said, Lord Chaitanya, like Lord Krishna, was a very naughty child. But my Guru Maharaj, he was a very gentle child. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.